welcome to Season 1, Episode 1 of After the Siren. We're here with Sydney Sixers BEN MANENTI to ask a couple of questions. So tell us about your journey so far as a junior and where it's taken you today.
Okay, I started my junior cricket at Balmain District Cricket Club. I played with them, started in the under-10s. Played with them until under-13s, where I started playing for my school, St Pat's at Strathfield, and played with them all the way through until I finished school in 2014. I was in the first there from 2011.
Yeah.
Mainly a batter. I'd always been a batter as a junior. Didn't really bowl much until I was in year 12. And when I was in year 12, I started playing a bit of third grade for Sydney.
Yeah.
Didn't play any sort of junior New South Wales stuff or anything like that.
Yeah.
Played a bit of rep cricket for Northern Districts and Green Shield for Sydney Cricket Club. And then after that, I progressed in the first grade from third grade. I got told about 2 weeks before my HSC, or my final exams, in year 12, that I was going to play first grade because they didn't have any other spinner, which was a bit of a shock to me.
So you went from playing third grade to playing first grade?
Yeah, it was a bit of a shock to me because I wasn't... I was bowling a fair bit in third grade, but I was still, batting more so than bowling at school. So, they gave me a chance, and that was about 6 years ago now. So, I've only ever mainly bowled sort of ever since. I've bat up the top in a bit of white ball one day in 2020 stuff. But, sort of ever since that day, my bowling took priority and played Sixers Academy stuff 3 years ago. And then 2 years ago, made my Sixers debut.
So, Ben, you made your debut for the Sixers back in 2018 against the Renegades. Took 2 wickets as well as man of the match. Firstly, talk us through what your initial thoughts were when you were told you're going to play, and then what was it like playing at Marvel Stadium?
It feels a bit longer than 2 years ago. I was actually rooming with Moses on Rex that trip. I'd been called into the squad for the game before against the Stars, and didn't play there. That was at the SCG, and then we were sitting in our room watching whatever was on telly. It was probably the Big Bash game the night before, and he said, I think you're going to play tomorrow night. And I said, cool. Didn't really make anything of it, didn't think I was going to play. And then about an hour and a half before we started, he said, all right, you're playing. So that was pretty cool. I didn't really sort of think too much of it. I think the good part was we batted first and didn't really do that well, so I didn't have anything to lose. 120, I think we were defending, and I think everyone thought they were going to chase that, so I didn't have much to lose. I was more nervous about dropping a catch in the field or anything like that than actually doing poorly with the ball. But no, that was pretty good. To get a wicket in my first over sort of calmed my nerves a bit, and it was a pretty full house at Marvel that night. I reckon there was about 35,000 in there, and we got on a bit of a roll and managed to win. It was pretty special, and I won't forget it anytime soon.
Who's been the hardest batsman for you to bowl against?
Probably Chris Lynn. This year, this year it would have been at the SCG when he got 94 off 30 balls or something.
Yeah.
He went gangbusters. I was pretty lucky to get him out that night, but I said to Moses that over, I got him out. I said he's either going to hit me for 6 sixes here or I'm going to get him out. And I think he tried to. He got me for 2, and then I got him. So it was a bit lucky. But there's been plenty of guys that I sort of sit there and go, wow, I'm bowling to them. But, Lynn takes the cake at the moment.
Yeah.
Who gets the most credit for developing you as a player?
That's a really good question. I've thought about that a lot. because a lot of people always sort of attribute things to like one coach or something. But I've never really sort of been a big one for coaches and stuff like that. I don't have a lot of. I use coaches, and I use a bowling coach and a batting coach every now and then, but a lot of my stuff's probably been done on my own, and it's probably a good and a bad thing. I learnt a lot by myself when I went over to England. I've had 4 years over there, so I learnt a lot about my own bowling and batting over there. And then at the same time, it's probably hurt me a little bit because I haven't learnt things from that coaches could teach me. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy working with coaches. It's just I like to do stuff by myself too. But probably Dad gets a lot of credit. He threw a lot of balls to me when he was, when I was younger, and to me and my brother. So he's lost his shoulder now pretty much from throwing balls to us. But yeah, probably Dad gets the credit.
Yeah. I remember I've read an article about you had a cricket pitch in your backyard growing up.
Yeah, we got a little concrete, not a full pitch. It was about a half pitch. Oh yeah, about a half pitch put in probably. Well, it would have been 10 years ago now. Yeah, me, Dad, and my brother sort of put it in and chipped away at building it, and it was a Christmas present that we managed to sort of put together, and it worked out pretty well. We used it a fair bit growing up. We actually used it more for backyard cricket and stuff rather than actual cricket nets, because after we sort of got too big for it, we couldn't bowl or bat in it properly, so we just used it for backyard cricket so the dog didn't chew up the balls and we didn't end up chasing them and losing tennis balls and stuff like that.
Yeah. What are you up to when there isn't any cricket matches on?
Yeah, well, I was meant to be in England at the moment. I was meant to fly out last week. I was actually meant to be in Croatia, not England. So yeah, I would have been on a beach in Croatia at the moment had things not been in COVID. But yeah, so I've had to readjust my program a little bit. I'm just training, really, trying to do a few bits and pieces. I'm moving house on Saturday, so packing up a few boxes and stuff like that. But yeah, just training, running. I'm doing a running competition with my brother at the moment to see who gets the most kilometres up in April. He gave himself an 8K head start, so I'm ahead of him, but he's got a run to do today. So,
yeah.
But yeah, just spending time with my girlfriend and family and friends, and well, as much as you can in COVID. But yeah, trying to keep busy.
Yeah.
How is your normal training schedule different to what it is during this period?
Yeah, it's a little funny. I'm sort of not doing a whole lot of cricket stuff as such at the moment, skills-wise, just more fitness and gym and running and stuff like that. But I'll probably start to build up a bit more bowling and batting in the next month or two. It's funny, it's meant to be sort of my off-season, but at the same time, if I was in England, I'd be training and playing normally. So, yeah, it's a little bit different to normal. Normally it's 2 or 3 net sessions a week, fielding, fitness, gym, game Saturday, more than likely game Sunday. So it is very different, but it's also different to what it would be in England, and I guess it's the same for everyone everywhere, for you guys, for other professionals. Everyone wants to be back to normal, so let's hope it gets back to normal quick.
Who's your idol growing up, and who is it now?
Mum and Dad were always pretty big influences for me, but in terms of cricketing idols, I was a massive fan of Andrew Simons.
Yeah.
I just loved the way he batted and fielded, and he could bowl. I always thought I could bowl decent medium pace and decent offies, so I always tried to be like him. But yeah, he was probably my number one, and then Matty Hayden was probably number 2. And now it's probably you want to be sort of the best. So it's probably Nathan Lyon. I try and emulate him as much as I can, and it's pretty cool. I'm lucky enough to be good mates with him and learn off him as much as I can. So yeah, it's probably those 3.
Yeah.
What advice would you give youngsters like us who aspire to play cricket professionally?
I guess it's the same as sort of everyone says, like enjoy your cricket and have fun. But you've got to train hard, and I think if you train hard, you're always going to enjoy it, enjoy your success. I think it's also important to learn from the failures too. I've had more than enough failures in my sort of short career, but grade wise and professionally. But I think it's about how you can learn from those and bounce back and still keep a smile on your face and enjoy it at the same time.
We got a question here from a guy named Ollie. He says, do you think you could establish yourself a broader role at the Sixers?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to be sort of locked in every week and batting a little bit higher. But at the same time, you look at sort of the spinners we had last year, and me and Lloyd are both pretty young, and hopefully we'll get more chances to play in the next few years. And then you look at the two guys that were playing ahead of us in Lyon and Sock, and they're both world-class bowlers. So I'd love to be able to sort of lock in a spot there, but at the same time, you sort of have to sit back and learn from the other two and watch what they do really well, and know that when you get your chance, you're ready for it.
Yeah, that's all for today. Big thank you for taking the time to join us.
No problem, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers.